you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where we are always striving to find the most obscure answers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Carol. This is my husband, Tom, and we're from Buckinghamshire.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Una. I live in Edinburgh. This is my friend Janelle, who lives in Peterborough.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Matty. This is my mum, Julie, and we're from Tamworth.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, my name's Dave. This is my sister Natalie, and we're from Sudbury in Suffolk.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much indeed, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. It's wonderful to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a comedian who moved to London in 2014, which means she'll soon celebrate 10 years of choosing the land of drizzle, pigeons and beige food instead of her native California. It is my Pointless friend. It is Desiree Burke.
Oh, thank you so much, Xander. I mean, here's the thing. When the weather's bad, the culture is very good. Right?
Yes.
Because when it's great outside, why go indoors and make art and tell jokes and write stories when there's just beach and sun?
Oh, you're so right.
Yes.
Yes.
So I've come for the good stuff.
You've come for the good
Thanks
stuff,
for
and the
bringing
beige
it.
food's just an extra.
Oh, I mean, that's some of the best stuff.
There we go. Thank you very much, Desiree. Now, Graham and Glynis got through to the final last time, and they won the jackpot. So today's jackpot starts off at £1,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, never forget, we will always be eliminating the pair with the highest score at the end of each round. So if you don't wish to be that pair, keep your scores low. There we are. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is fruity things. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns things that share their names with types of fruit. Desiree.
Yes, Xander. We are going to give you 7 clues on each pass to things which all share their names with a type of fruit. We have added their initial letters as a clue. Please give us the name of the fruit the fewest of our 100 people knew. And good luck if you're playing along at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our first board of 7 clues to fruity things, and here they are. Street on which Liverpool's largest train station is located, L. Covent Garden Dance Studios, opened by Debbie Moore in 1979. P. Historical province of Japan, ruled by the Shimazu family between the 12th and 19th centuries. S. Fashion brand formed in Somerset, known for leather handbags. M. Purple Cluedo character known as a professor. P. First name of Popeye's girlfriend. O. And smartphone launched in 2002 with a QWERTY keyboard and instant messaging function, B. There we are. Carol, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Carol.
I go cold water swimming or
Do you?
open water swimming. So we do in the summer and then all through winter as well.
What is the coldest you've been in?
2 degrees with no wetsuit.
How long do you stay in for?
Well, the rule of thumb is a minute per degree.
Right.
And then you can also say if it was 4 degrees outside,
Yeah.
then 4 at the 2, then it's 6 minutes.
OK, so you're allowed 6 minutes. I try and do it every Saturday if I can. We say 3 minutes. But yeah, but so good for you.
Question for
Brilliant.
both of you. How many of those minutes do you scream through?
2.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
most of it.
Okay, good. That makes me feel a lot better. All right, continue.
You actually get used to it as well. So
Yeah?
you then think, oh, this is lovely. I can stay in here for ages.
Yeah, well, that's probably dangerous,
That's
isn't it?
when you
That's
need to
when
get
you
out.
need to get out.
Okay.
Carol, what are you going to go for on our board? All these lovely fruity things.
OK, I do know quite a few of them. It's trying to think which one is the lowest. I'll go for the fashion brand form in Somerset, known for leather handbags, and Mulberry.
Mulberry says, Carol, shall we see how many of our 100 said Mulberry? Mulberry's absolutely right. Very well done indeed. Down it goes to 28. Great start.
Yes, thank you, Carol. A fantastic answer and a fantastic fruit. Mulberries are small and very delicate and therefore difficult to transport and sell, so tend to only be found homegrown in gardens, which is pretty cool, very local. They drop to the ground when they are ripe, and it is a good idea to put a cloth down first so they can be easily collected.
There we are. Thank you. Janelle, welcome to Pointless. It's terrific to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I live in Peterborough with my husband. I'm from New Zealand originally, and I work in operations and project management. I'm taking some time off at the moment to do
Very
some
nice
traveling.
indeed. But what a perfect thing to do. You travelled all the way to Pointless. Brilliant. And then you'll travel presumably back to Peterborough. Where will you be travelling for this time off?
We are going to Munich and Brussels and
Wonderful.
New Zealand at the in a couple of months.
Oh, this is terrific. Fabulous. Brilliant. Now, Janelle, what are you going to go for on our board?
Whew, well, the ones I know I think are quite high scoring, but I'm going to hazard a guess at the last one and hope that it's low. Blackberry, please.
Blackberry, says Janelle. Should we find out if Blackberry is right? How many of our 100 people said it? If it is. It is absolutely Blackberry. Well, 28 is the only score we have at the moment, 55 for Blackberry. There we are.
Yes, Janelle, it was quite a popular answer because it was quite a popular phone. Named after the similarity between the phone's appearance and the baubles on the fruit, the BlackBerry dominated the market until touchscreen smartphones took over around 2013, which feels late. They went quite strong. The company stopped making BlackBerries entirely in 2016, and the software stopped working completely in 2022.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. Matty.
Hi.
You're back.
I am.
Tell us more about yourself, Matty.
So I live in Tamworth. I work in Birmingham, and I've set a goal for myself to travel as much of Europe as I can by the time I'm 35.
Wow. How much of Europe have you seen so far?
Not a lot.
So, right.
Maybe like 6 countries so far.
OK, and how long till you're 35?
10 years.
Oh, you've got ages. It's fine.
2 a
Still gonna
year,
be great.
20. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Matty, the board.
The ones I know are definitely high scorers, but I'm going to go for the top one, and I'm going to say lime.
Lime, says Matty. Should we find out how many of our 100 said lime? Lime's right. 55's the high score. 66 is our new high score. There we are, lime.
Liverpool's Lime Street has nothing to do with the fruit, actually. It got its name from the lime kilns there in the late 18th century. After doctors at the local infirmary complained of the smell, the kilns were moved, but the street retained its name.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. I will remember that. I always think of the lime.
Yes,
Lime
so
Street. I think,
It's hard to think of doctors complaining of a smell.
No, that's a
'cause-
bit, yes.
Yeah,
Pot
they
calling
deal
the
with
kettle black.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Dave, welcome to
Hi.
Pointless. It's terrific to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Dave.
I'm from Sudbury in Suffolk, where I live with my wife Jamie and our 2 sons, and I work in a purchasing department in an engineering company.
Very good. And what delights you when you stop working at the purchasing
I
department?
love watching boxing. I watch that quite a lot. Got the old fights and some of the modern stuff as well, but mainly the old stuff.
Oh, I see you watch some of the old classics.
I do, yeah, stuff
See,
before I was
that's-
born. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, if a boxing round came up,
I didn't want to say that because it might put me under undue
well,
pressure.
I know, but, I mean, this would be incredible. Dave, as it happens, a fruit round has come up, which is nearly as good. Would you like to talk us through that board and fill in the blanks?
Well, I know the bottom 2, but I think they may well be high scorers. The top 2, I think the Japanese one, I'm going to make a guess at Satsuma, but I'm going to plump with the second one and go with pineapple.
You're going to go with pineapple, the Pineapple Studio, and that's exactly what I'd worked out for the Japanese one. We'll find out soon enough if that was right. Pineapple, though, that sounds like a good answer. The studio's in Covent Garden. Pineapple, absolutely right. Well, 66 is our high score, 28 is our low. You passed the high score, 39 is where you end up, Dave. Very well done.
Yes, very well done. The site on which the dance studios is based had previously been a pineapple warehouse. And it wasn't until I moved here almost 10 years ago that I came to understand just how enamored with pineapples the British are.
We love pineapples.
Yeah, I guess as a Californian, you take them for granted. It's like, yeah, there's a pineapple.
Do you know, I think of all exotic fruits, pineapples retain their sweetness, so they're just as good. Ah.
So, you were very, very smart to avoid the latter 2 on this list because Popeye's girlfriend Olive would have scored you 79 points. It is the highest score of the board. And the purple Cluedo character, of course, is Plum, which would have gotten you 71 points. You were both correct, though, that the historical province was Satsuma. That would have only scored you 10 points. So not as well known as you might have thought.
There we are. Well, thank you very much indeed, Desiree. We are halfway through the round. Time for a little recap of those scores. Carol, look at that, 28. Best score of the pass. Very well done. You made excellent use of the new board there. We travel from there up to 39, where we find Dave and Natalie. From there up to 55, where we find Janelle and Una. And from there up to 66, where we find Matthew and Julie. So, Julie, you are a little bit ahead, but not much. So there we are. Let's hope there's a lovely low score for you on the next board. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So let's put 7 more clues to things that share their names with fruits on the board. And here they are. Most widely spoken form of the Chinese language. M. Mark Twain's character who enjoys adventures with Tom Sawyer. H. First name of the wife of Prime Minister Winston Churchill. C. Character in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream who is a carpenter and playwright. Q. Term for an unwanted third person in the company of a couple. G. 2017 UK top 10 single for Drake from his album More Life. P. And tech company launched by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in 1976. A. There we are. Natalie, welcome to Pointless. It's terrific to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Natalie.
I live with my partner Shane and I am head chef in a residential care home for the elderly.
Very good indeed. So who's doing the chefing while you are away doing
They're
Pointless?
fending for themselves.
They're fending for themselves. You're just giving them the keys to the jam
They've got
cupboard.
the skills, they
Help
can do it.
yourselves. So how far ahead do you plan all the
I do
meals and
5-week
menus?
menus, but my residents are quite good. They have good involvement with what they want to eat and they're
that's
quite well
good.
travelled. So they like
That's
to
quite
try
fun.
new things, which is really good for me because it expands my menus.
Good stuff. Now, Natalie, you're on 39, which means should you score 26 or less, even at this early stage, you could get yourself a place in the next round.
Right, I'm going to go for the top one for Mandarin.
Mandarin, says Natalie. Here's your red line. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Mandarin. Wow, Mandarin, a big score there. 86, taking your total up to 125.
Yes, quite a popular answer, as it is quite a popular language. In 2023, it was thought that over 1 billion people speak Mandarin, either as their native language or as a second language, making it the second most spoken language on Earth, the first being English, with almost 1.5 billion.
Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. Now then, Julie, welcome back. Terrific to have you back with us. Tell us more about yourself, Julie.
Well, I used to work in a pub and quite a long time ago. And one night I served an American lady, and after she'd gone, people came up to me and said, "Was she nice? Did you get her autograph?" And I said, "I don't know what you're on about." And it turned out.
Should we guess who it is? Should we? Oh.
Wait, what year was it?
It'd have been in the noughties.
In the noughties.
Where was the pub?
On the border of Tamworth and Sutton Coldfield.
Nancy Reagan.
No.
It was.
The noughties. Oh, when you said
Joan
the noughties,
Rivers.
I could just think of like a Britney Spears or something. But
It
you know, like
was
Closer.
Tina
Closer.
Turner.
No.
Madonna. No. Jessica Simpson. Well, I'm just throwing out anybody
Let's
who's a
just throw out some
musician.
Okay, it was Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
Oh, I was close
See,
there, right? I should have kept
I was
going.
close. Nancy Reagan.
Yeah,
was so
I mean,
close.
they were like this
You know.
historically, you know.
There we are. Julie, you're on 66, which means 58 or less gets you into round 2.
Okay, I think the first name of the wife of Winston Churchill was Clementine.
Clementine, says Julie. All these tangerine aliases. There's your red line. Let's see if we can get you below that, Julie, with Clementine. Clementine, absolutely right. And you are through. There we are. Superb. Beautifully done. 26, taking your total up to 92.
Yes, a fantastic answer, Julie. Clementine was an advocate for many social and humanitarian causes, actually, including women's rights. In May 1965, she was made a crossbench peer in the House of Lords.
Thank you very much. Una, welcome to Pointless. Terrific to have you here from Edinburgh.
Yes.
Tell us all about yourself, Una.
So originally I'm from Galway in Ireland, but I've been living in Edinburgh sort of on and off for the last 8 years, and I'm a marketing manager at the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh.
Very good indeed. Edinburgh is the best place in the world.
I mean, the best.
I mean, absolutely my favourite city, without exception.
Don't
in the
blame
world.
you.
Yeah, I adore it. Wonderful. Now, Una, you're on 55, which means 69 or less gets you into the next round.
So I was actually going to go for Clementine. So there's 3 more I know, but I'm trying to decide which is the lowest. I think I'll go for the second one and say huckleberry.
Huckleberry, says Una. Huckleberry, here is your red line. Can we get you below that with huckleberry? Absolutely right, we can. There we are, well done. Finn seeing you through, 45, taking your total up to a lovely round 100.
Yes, well done with Huckleberry for 45 points. It said that Mark Twain chose the name Huckleberry because the plants are small, insignificant, and better in the wild. Apparently, the character was based on his childhood friend, Tom Blankenship.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. Now, Tom, welcome. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm retired. I spent 32 years in the Royal Air Force and 20 years in primary care. And in my spare time, I'm a member of the Aylesbury Musical Theatre Choir. And can I tell you, we need more male members.
You need more male members. If you're in the Aylesbury area, anywhere within Aylesbury Vale, sign up. I mean, how much fun is that?
It's great fun.
So you sing along with musical theatre. So do you sort of bolster? Are you part of the chorus then for the?
You've got it in one.
Yeah.
I learned to harmonise.
But this is terrific.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Tom, you've been set up beautifully by Carol. 28 is your score. 96 or less gets you through to the next round. Do you want to talk us through the board?
Well, people have taken the ones I thought. I'm going to say quince. Term for an unwanted third person in the company of a couple is gooseberry. I don't know the next one or the next one. So do I gamble? I'm going to gamble and go with quince.
Go with quince. There we are. Well done. Here is your red line. Lovely and high. Let's see how far down the column we can get you with quince. Quince, absolutely right, Tom. Down it goes to 14. That's a terrific answer, taking your total up to 42.
Yes, an absolutely fantastic choice there, Tom. Quince fruits are hard. The Spanish paste or jelly, membrillo. I don't have a Spanish accent.
Membrillo, but you have. You've got absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
And it's made with quince and often served sliced and served with cheese.
That's delicious.
Sounds fantastic.
It is fantastic.
So, Tom, you did walk us through the board quite nicely, at least partway through the board. You were correct that gooseberry is the term for an unwanted third person. I've only just learned that today. That would have gotten you 53 points, so you took the better choice. The 2017 UK Top 10 single from Drake is called Passion Fruit, scored 6. It's normally spelled as 2 words, but Drake spelled it as 1. And the tech company launched by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak was Apple and would have scored you 76 points.
There we are. Thank you so much, Desiree. That brings us to the end of our first round. Means we have to say goodbye to our first pair. And that first pair, Natalie and Dave, I'm afraid, is you. We'll see you again next time. Already looking forward to it. But thank you so much for playing, Natalie and Dave. For the remaining 3 pairs, though, now time for round 2. Oh, well done, you lot. When it comes to things masquerading as fruits, you are all over it. Tom and Carol, our lowest combined scorers there, and Tom, our lowest individual score. So fabulous work on the near podium, but you were all terrific, as I say. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is North American politics. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. Let us find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many surnames of US presidents and Canadian prime ministers that contain the letters N or A as they could, Desiree.
Yes. We are looking for the surname of any U.S. president or Canadian prime minister that contains the letters N, A, or both. NA, of course, is an initialism of North America. This is as of September 2023.
Thank you very much indeed. So, without further ado, Tom, I'm going to throw this straight to you. Doesn't give you a lot of thinking time, I'm afraid.
Andrew Jackson.
Jackson, says Tom. Jackson, shall we see how many of our 100 people said Jackson? Jackson is right. There we are, 3 for Jackson. This is a terrific start to the round. Very well done indeed, Tom.
Yes, a fantastic answer with Jackson. Andrew Jackson was the 7th U.S. president. His parents were born in County Antrim. Jackson was born somewhere around the borders of North and South Carolina. The exact location has never been proven. It must be said that I believe he's on the $20 bill.
Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. Now, Una.
So I have a few that I'm thinking of, but I think I'll go for US President Martin Van Buren.
Van Buren. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Van Buren? Van Buren is right. 3 is the only score that is up there at the moment. And that goes down to 1. Very well done indeed, Una. Van Buren scoring 1.
Yes, well done with Van Buren. President Martin Van Buren was the 8th U.S. president. He was nicknamed the Little Magician because he was able to bring groups of arguing people together, and he was also 5'6". His enemies called him Sly Fox because he was cunning. And interestingly, one of my friends who was bald with sideburns went as Sexy Van Buren for Halloween one year and just grew them out really, really big. It's a great costume if you can rock the look.
Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. Now, Julie.
Okay, I'm going to go for Arthur, as in Chester Arthur.
Chester Arthur. Arthur. Should we see how many of our 100 said Arthur? Well, Julie, it's a very low-scoring round so far, and I see no reason why Arthur shouldn't keep up that trajectory, and that goes down to 1 as well. There we are. Very well done indeed.
You've done well in picking obscure U.S. presidents. Yes, Chester A. Arthur was the 21st U.S. president. He is described as dignified, handsome, and stylish. He had the nickname Elegant Arthur, and it is said he owned 80 pairs of trousers.
Yeah, 80 pairs. What a wardrobe he must have had. Desiree, thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. Only 2 scores between the 3 pairs. 1, the best score of the past. Julie, Una, very well done indeed. And then we go all the way up to 3, where we find Tom and Carol. Let's see what happens in the next pass. Good luck, though, Carol. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So remember, Matty, we are looking for the surnames of US presidents and Canadian prime ministers that contain the letters N or A.
Okay. I don't know many, but I'm going to go for Nixon.
Nixon, says Matty. You get a red line. There it is. You can probably barely see it. But let's see what happens when we say Nixon. Nixon is right. Nixon goes down to 33, taking your total up to 34.
Yes, Richard Nixon, the 37th U.S. president. Richard Nixon was a keen bowler, apparently, and had a 1-lane alley built in the basement of the White House.
There we are. Just 1 lane.
Just the 1 lane down there.
Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. Now, Janelle.
Hi.
You're on 1. You now have a target of 32 or less. What would you like to go for?
Okay. I think I'll go for Monroe.
Monroe.
Monroe, James Monroe.
OK, here is your red line. Shall we see where we end up with Monroe? Monroe is right. Gets you into the head-to-head. And it's a pointless answer. What about that, Janelle? Very well done indeed. Being a pointless answer, it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,250. Scores you nothing, leaves your total at 1. Very well done.
Yes, beautiful work, Janelle. James Monroe was the 5th U.S. president. He was effectively unopposed in the 1820 election and received all but 1 of the electoral votes. That person was Governor William Plumer of New Hampshire.
There you are. Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. Now, Carol, you're on 3. We're looking at a target of 30 or less for you.
Do you know, I was going to say Arthur, and that's gone. So I'm going to just take a guess and go for Brown.
Brown. Carol is going for Brown. There is your red line. Shall we see what happens when we say Brown? No, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Carol. That, I'm afraid, is incorrect and scores you 100 points. Takes your total up to 103.
Yes, in the entire history of Canadian prime ministers, not a single Brown.
Not a single Brown.
Yes, and definitely not in the U.S. presidents. But the other pointless answers you could have gone for were R.B. Bennett, Jean Chrétien, Stephen Harper, all Canadian prime ministers, William Lyon Mackenzie King, John Macdonald, the first Canadian prime minister, and Paul Martin. We obviously have James Monroe, the president that Janelle said, Brian Mulroney, a Canadian prime minister, and Zachary Taylor, another U.S. president that would have been pointless.
Thank you very much indeed, Desiree. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to our second pair of the afternoon, Carol and Tom. I'm afraid that is you. Lovely low score from you, Tom. And then I'm afraid, Carol, I'm sorry, we threw this category at you. Obviously not one that you were particularly happy with. We will see you again next time. Look forward to that. Thank you so much, Carol and Tom. For the remaining two pairs, though, it is now time for the head-to-head. Una and Janelle, Matty and Julie, congratulations. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,250. We now have a chance to put a little bit more money into that jackpot. Just before we play the head-to-head, we'll see if we can find a couple of pointless answers, just for fun. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Egyptian hieroglyphs as they could, Desiree.
Yes, you will see 6 options on the board. 4 are descriptions of hieroglyphs used by ancient Egyptians, which appear in the list compiled by Egyptologist Alan Gardner. 2 of them are scoring, 2 of them are pointless, and 2 are not Egyptian hieroglyphs at all. £250 go into the jackpot for each pointless answer.
Thank you very much indeed. So, can you identify the pointless hieroglyphs from these potentials? And we have blue man, feather, man falling, bison, chariot, horned viper. If anyone knows anything now, would be a terrific time to share their information.
I don't have a clue.
How's your Egyptian hieroglyphs?
Since primary school. No, I've got a feeling horned viper isn't one, and I'm going to go with man falling isn't one.
Okay.
OK, well, Una and Janelle, would you like to nominate one to be a pointless hieroglyph?
I think we should go blue man.
Blue man, yeah?
Yeah.
Blue man?
You're going to go blue man. Should we see if blue man is a pointless hieroglyph? No? Matty and Julie, would you like to nominate a pointless hieroglyph?
Don't know.
I'll go for bison then.
OK, should we see if bison is a pointless hieroglyph? No! Desiree.
Yes, well, you did manage to find our 2 red herrings. I don't know if red herring is a hieroglyph by any chance. But yes, while Blue Man Group has been performing their shows for many decades now, they're not that ancient. They do, however, have a residency at the Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas, which is Egyptian themed. And of course, bison, we've seen on all kinds of cave paintings. There are all sorts of animal hieroglyphs, but not a bison. They are not native to Africa. So, would you, Xander, like to have a crack at what you think might be a pointless answer?
They are all hieroglyphs, that much I know.
Yes.
I think I've seen horned viper. We know we see it on Only Connect.
Yes.
Feather I've seen as well. So man falling and chariot, I can say the pointless ones.
And you would be absolutely correct. Those are the pointless ones. Feather would have only scored you 1. Horned viper, because we do see it on Only Connect, would have scored 3, which is still pretty low.
It's pretty low.
Yeah. Man falling and chariot would have got you 0 points. Congrats to anyone who got those at home.
Well, bad luck, we didn't find any extra money to add to the jackpot, but let's play the head-to-head. Now, the first player to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. You are now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Best of luck to both pairs. Here is our first question, and it is all about film heroes drawn by Desiree Birch.
So we are now going to show you 5 drawings that I made with my little knitted hands based on famous film scenes starring African-American actors in heroic roles. We're also going to give you the initials of the film and the year of its release. Can you give us the title of the film you think the fewest of our 100 could recognize based on my drawings? Note that the characters depicted in the pictures are not necessarily African-American, but the actors who played them were.
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal Desiree's drawings, and here they are. We have A, HF 2016. Why, Desiree, these are beautiful drawings.
Thank you so much. I feel like I'm in 5th grade
Wow.
getting praise.
B, BP 2018. C, SA 1992. D, WLGTDWI 1993. E, TWK 2022. There we are. Now, Una and Janelle, you get to go first.
Okay, we're going to go for E and say the Woman King.
The Woman King for E. Now then, Matty and Julie, that board's all yours. Would you like to talk us through it?
So B is definitely Black Panther. D, is that what's Liv got to do with it?
Yeah. C is Sister Act.
Sister Act and A.
A is the one about NASA, isn't it? And the women that.
Oh, I've remembered it. Oh, that's all right then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go with A and go for Hidden Figures.
OK, Hidden Figures. So we have The Woman King and we have Hidden Figures. In the order they were given, E, The Woman King, say Una and Janelle. Let's see how many of our 100 said The Woman King. The Woman King is right. That goes down to 9. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Matty and Julie have gone for Hidden Figures for A. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Hidden Figures? Hidden Figures is right. It has to beat 9. And it does. Look at that. Down it goes to 7. Very well done indeed, Matty and Julie. All pipped at the last minute. That means after one question, you're up 1-0.
Yes, well done, Maddie. You rescued that one because that was the only answer that could have beaten the Woman King on our board. So B obviously was Black Panther, starring Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa for 71 points. Sister Act was our highest scorer on the board, starring Whoopi Goldberg as Dolores Van Cartier, or Sister Mary Clarence, 74 points. And What's Love Got to Do with It, starring Angela Bassett as Tina Turner, scored 37.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, here comes your second question. Here's the thing. Una and Janelle, you've got to win this one. Stay in the game. Matty and Julie get to answer it first. So, good luck. Our second question is all about Michael Jordan.
Yes, we are going to show you 5 clues to facts about the basketball legend Michael Jordan. We'd like you to give us the answer that you think is the most obscure. Good luck at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our 5 Michael Jordan facts, and here they come. The Bulls basketball team, where he won 6 NBA championships, is based in this US city. His middle name. The city that hosted the 1992 Olympics, where he was part of the US basketball dream team. He starred alongside Bugs Bunny in this 1996 film, and jersey number which he wore in the vast majority of his NBA games. So, Matty and Julie, it's over to you.
Which one should we go for? Chicago. Okay. First one.
Yeah.
We'll go for the top one and say Chicago.
Chicago for the Bulls. Now then, Una and Janelle, can you talk us through that board?
Not really.
Well, the second one, his middle name, I'm not sure. The city, we might...
It could be Los Angeles.
Could be Los Angeles. And then Space Jam is the movie, it's the 4th one down. And we don't know his jersey number. We're going to take a punt and just...
Will we? Or say Space Jam?
Let's go with...
Would you want to take a punt?
Let's go with Space Jam, actually.
What do you think?
Space Jam.
You're going to go for Space Jam. Yeah. So we have Chicago and we have Space Jam. Now then, Matty and Julie went for Chicago, the Bulls basketball team city. Let's see how many of our 100 said Chicago. Chicago's absolutely right. And down goes Chicago to 24. Meanwhile, Una and Janelle have gone for Space Jam, the film he starred in alongside Bugs Bunny. How many of our 100 said Space Jam? Space Jam is absolutely right. Oh, look at that! 25 for Space Jam. It could not be closer, but it means Matty and Julie, after only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
Yes, can I just ask Una and Janelle, what was it that you were going to take a punt on?
The city and say Los Angeles?
Los Angeles.
I'm so glad you did not take that punt. That was not the city that hosted the 1992 Olympics that featured the dream team that he was a part of. That was Barcelona. And that would have been our next highest score at 9 points. So the next highest score on the board is his jersey number, which was 23. And 23 scored 6. But his middle name was a lower scorer, and it is Jeffrey for 4 points. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head, Una and Janelle, it's just your first show. So we will see you again next time, and we'll look forward to that very much indeed. You've been fantastic right the way across this show. Maybe next time you can take it one step further. Anyway, thank you so much, Una and Janelle. For Matty and Julie, though, it is now time for the Pointless Final. Congratulations, Matty and Julie. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win the Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,250. Well, as always, you get to choose the category from the 4 we're going to put up on the board. Let's have a look at what we can offer you. And here they come. Flash Gordon, onions, Fleetwood Mac, the Duke of Wellington. Oh. What do we think?
It's more you, to be honest, isn't it? I ain't got a clue.
Flash Gordon.
Should we go onion? Choose. Yeah, go on then.
What?
Onions.
Yeah, onions.
Yeah, we'll do onions.
OK, you want to go for onions? Yeah. It's onions, Desiree.
We are looking for any word of 5 or more letters that appears in the registered name of a nationally listed variety of onion in the June 2023 Seeds Gazette Special Edition, which lists plant varieties that can be marketed in the UK, maintained by the Animal and Plant Health Agency. Or we are looking for any country other than the United Kingdom that produced at least 200,000 tons of onions and shallots, both dry and green, in 2021. This is according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Good luck to you both, and good luck to you at home.
As always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Didn't even know there was different kind of onions, to be honest. I thought an onion was an onion.
Probably best to try and guess some of the top onion-growing countries.
I'd say Argentina as one.
You think?
Do they grow onions?
They might do.
They might do. They grow, yeah.
Yeah, OK, Argentina. Holland? No.
Don't say Germany.
No.
No.
Argentina. France, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What about...
How about Ukraine?
Greece.
A bit hot for onions.
They grow olives.
Yeah. Colder countries like Ukraine or Poland or...
Norway.
Norway?
You said colder.
Oh, right.
10 seconds left.
Okay.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Spain.
No.
No, France and...
Argentina, Ukraine and Norway.
That is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
OK, we're going to go for...
Argentina.
Argentina.
France.
France.
And Ukraine.
And Ukraine. And these are all in the second category.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Argentina.
Argentina will put last. Least likely to be pointless?
France.
France. And then Ukraine goes in the middle.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have got France, Ukraine, Argentina. I mean, 3 terrific-looking countries. Now I see them on the board. What if one of these turns out to be pointless and wins you that jackpot, £1,250? That'd be quite fun to take back home with you. What would you like to do with that? Matty, I'm going to ask you first.
I do collect vinyl records, so I would expand my record collection.
Very good indeed. Julie, how about you?
I want to buy an old pub jukebox so I can play on my vinyl 45s.
Oh, very nice indeed. OK, well, best of luck. France, your first answer. In all three cases, we're looking for the top onion-growing countries. Let's see how many of our 100 said France. Might it be pointless? France is right. It just has to go all the way down to 0 for you to win that jackpot. 58 for France. My, that's popular. There we go. OK, now let's turn our attention to Ukraine. How many of our 100 people said Ukraine is the top onion-producing country? There we are. Ukraine is right. Now, France, as we just saw, scored 58. Well, you pass 58 with Ukraine. Down we go. If this is pointless, £1,250 is yours. Single figures with Ukraine. Still going down with Ukraine, just 4. Oh, this is a marked improvement. Yeah. If we can keep this up with Argentina, you're going to be in the minus numbers somehow. Argentina, your third and final answer. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Argentina. It's also right, so congratulations. 3 correct answers. It'd be really lovely. We can send you home with that jackpot of £1,250. We went down to 58 and then down to 4, respectively, with our first 2 answers. This one takes you to 1. I'm so sorry.
What an absolute heartbreak.
Matty, Julie, I'm so sorry. You came as close as you could possibly get, but I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. But be of good cheer, because you win today's pointless trophies, and it's been fabulous having you on the show. 2-0 in the head-to-head. That was amazing, that performance. So very, very well done indeed, Matty and Julie.
So first, let's have a look at some of the pointless answers. You might recognize these if you know your onions. There is the Armstrong onion, apparently. Yes. The Golden Bear onion. The Queen onion, I mean, of course, why not? And the Winter White onion. White scored 14 points. There were a lot more pointless answers here. In fact, everything was pointless apart from the following that did all score points. The Spring onion, White, Brown, Spanish, Sweet, Yellow, Barren, Craig, and Giant onion were all scorers. Moving on to top onion growing countries. Here are some of the pointless answers you could have had: Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Mali, and Venezuela. Other pointless answers here were Afghanistan, Algeria, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Cameroon, Colombia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Libya, Morocco, Mozambique, Myanmar, Niger, Romania, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, South Korea, Sudan, Tajikistan, Tunisia, Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Yemen.
It's quite a few then.
Yes, quite a few, but hard to conjure when you're thinking about onions and the most obvious answers come to mind. Well done. You did get very, very close with Argentina, and very well done at home if you got any of those pointless answers.
Thank you very much indeed, Desiree, and thank you, Matty and Julie. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £2,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Desiree.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.